It's the Two Girls and a Bottle of Wine podcast, and I'm Janet Blair. Each week, I sit down with one of my girlfriends, whether it be
Teresa, Natalie,
Carrie,
Kristen,
Tara,
Stephanie.
We talk about whatever.
We completely restored this trailer.
Fry people's faces off. I was a bad Mexican.
I don't understand the competition that goes on between women.
Two girls and a bottle of wine. Over a glass of wine, bottle of wine, or sometimes a couple bottles of wine. Join in on Facebook at facebook.com/2girlsandabottle-of-wine. Don't miss us. Hello, I'm Janet.
And I'm Natalie.
And we are Two Girls and a Bottle of Wine.
Because men like boobs.
And girls like wine. Natty Watters is back in the house.
Howdy.
Howdy. I can't believe it's been since the beginning of December.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, so what's been going on with you?
Oy.
Wait, that was a loaded question, Janet.
It's the new year.
2015.
Yeah. New outlook on life.
What's that?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's just what you're
I'm
supposed
like,
to
you're
say,
gonna
right?
epiphany me or something.
I guess every year you just try and find a better version of yourself.
That is true. You have to improve on the version that you have.
Right. And it usually kind of goes down the tank halfway through the year.
March.
Oh, yeah, that's a good time frame. Yeah.
That's That's when the gym calms down, at least.
Yeah, we started the gym right after Thanksgiving, and we've actually been very religious with it. Well, we do at least 4 times a week.
I was going to ask you about that, because, everyone's gym ho right now. So 4 times a week, that's awesome.
Yeah, trying to keep that alive, so.
And it's been over a month since you started, so isn't that what they say? Do it for a month and it becomes a habit?
Yeah, and it feels awesome.
It does,
The
doesn't
endorphins after cardio are just, I'm ready to take on the world, so. I should probably do that at the beginning of the day, but being a mom and trying to get your kid off and then going to work,
I find that if
hard.
I don't get it, but I don't have kids, so I don't. But I would totally understand that world. Like if I did, I would not be able to do the morning 5 a.m. thing. But I get so busy during the day that sometimes I don't even take a lunch.
Gotcha.
And so, I have to do it at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Beginning of the day, just so it's out of the way and I can feel good about myself. Because those mornings that I'm like, I want to sleep in, I'll do it at lunch, and then I skip at lunch, I feel so worthless.
Right.
I feel like a piece of turkey bacon that hasn't been cooked.
Oh, nice. That's an interesting color.
I don't know
what else to say about that. But no, I guess the other thing is so one of my, I guess my associates now, I consider him not a good friend, but we've become friends over the last few projects we've worked on together. But a local rapper.
You have rapper associates?
Rapper associates. I got my street cred.
That's awesome, Natty.
Totally. So at the beginning of December, he actually asked if we wanted to do a video for him for a Broncos song, which he wanted to get recorded and out before they lost the playoff game or won the playoff game so that it would
trend.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's a very talented person and he really is looking to take off. So,
what's his name?
His name is Anxious.
Anxious.
Yes.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah, and it's funny because you get around him and he gets so excited, and you can tell why he goes by Anxious. It's pretty funny. But so we shot a video December 27th.
Wow, 2 days after Christmas.
2 days after Christmas, which the last time we shot a video was the weekend, 2 days after Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
So I just kind of joked around with him, telling him that he has very poor planning skills around the holidays, and he just kind of laughed about it. But anyways, we got it shot December 27th, and the video was done and ready by the next weekend.
That's crazy.
And
who did the editing?
One of my good friends that I met through an internship with Entercom Denver. So,
very cool.
Yeah, so we same group that we did last year with his video is the same 3 of us that collaborated together on this project, and it was time crunch We have another little teaser video coming out for another song on his album. Actually, that he just put out on YouTube for a free download. So, if
How do you spell his name?
Anxious, Anxious.
Okay, because typically those rappers like to make it all complicated.
Sure.
It's like letter, dash. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, he's pretty easygoing. So
Very
Anxious.
cool. I'll have to check him out on YouTube.
Yeah, and I have a link on my Facebook page for the Orange and Blue video, which is the Bronco song. He actually got 93.3 to play it on air. We were headed up to the mountains, and we heard it.
I thought I
We got
saw
to
you
hear
post,
it.
and I didn't understand the post. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm out of the loop. What's going on?
Yeah, so I tagged him. That's his real name on Facebook. Oh, in real life.
Right.
Not just on Facebook.
It's his real name on Facebook.
Right. So, heard it, was excited about it. I sent that message out his way, and then he also let me know that I think a few news stations were going to play it. So,
Very cool.
I think he said ABC or CBS was going to play it at one point during the news section or the sports section of the news. So,
And unfortunately, the Denver Broncos lost yesterday.
yeah.
And we were talking about this beforehand. Neither one of us are huge, like, sports people.
Right.
Like, I couldn't tell you outside of Peyton Manning who's on the team.
Okay.
Some of the names, like if you were to throw them at me, C.J. Anderson.
C.J. Anderson.
Because I listen to 850 KOA for news and traffic. I know that name, but I don't know what he plays. Very dumb, but it's that excitement.
Sure.
When the Broncos get to the playoffs or to the Super Bowl, that excitement that comes, that like blankets the Denver area is phenomenal.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. It's fun to have that that atmosphere. It almost, when I was younger, I was in high school, I was the football manager.
Very cool. So you did like stats and like stuff like that?
Actually, I recorded all the games, got everything ready during practices, and
So you had to go to
did
all the
water.
practices?
Did practices and all the games, so.
Wow, that's like being a football player.
Yeah.
Without the concussions.
Exactly. And especially having to sit on the stinky bus on the way home from the games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember this one game, it rained, and it was gross.
Oh.
It was fun, though. I did it for my 9th grade through my 11th grade year, and I didn't do my senior year because I didn't care my senior year. I didn't do anything.
Right.
But have fun.
I'm out. I'm
So,
having fun.
right.
I understand.
But-
So, when it comes to the Broncos, did it affect you emotionally today?
The only thing that affected me was going through the media school. I went to school with a lot of sports guys,
I
and
can imagine.
I guess it's just more so the ones that don't like the Broncos, so they just like to pick on everybody that likes the Broncos when they lose, because I guess it's probably more to them just a fun and game of pick them while they're down, which I'm sure Bronco fans are just as bad.
They are.
So
They are.
I guess it's just a matter of, I don't really care enough to, or I guess I just don't, I know and understand what's going on in the game, but I don't follow football as a whole to really do any comparison. So when there's arguments going on, I couldn't argue with anybody about any of the stats or any of the players, who's better than who, and so
you're not a sports queen,
No.
but you're not as out of it as I am.
well, my husband really likes
And
really
that helps.
likes
You
football.
absorb.
He really loves the Broncos, and so he basically, what he says, it's, you know, that's kind of where my understanding comes from. So
That makes complete sense. And the coach, they announced this afternoon, is going away. John Fox is going
Yeah.
away.
I heard they parted mutually.
Yeah.
So
Do you
whatever that
believe it?
means. I don't. I mean, just from what my husband said, he figured that was probably going to happen.
And you were not surprised when they said Peyton Manning was hurt.
I wasn't, no.
And I was like, what? Are they just saying that to make us feel better because they lost?
Well, that's kind
of and they don't
where...
want Peyton to be done?
That's what... I know. I just... When they said that today, I knew that that's probably what the case was because I couldn't believe that they would let him play with the flu several weeks ago.
A month ago, right?
I'm not sure exactly when it was, but my husband had put him in as his quarterback for the fantasy football week. So when they released that information, it was really late in the day, so my husband had already put everything in check, and you can't, once the game starts, you can't change your lineup.
Oh, no.
So then when I heard that Manning was hurt today, I just kind of laughed in the fact that why did they keep it from us for so long? And also, I would like, it's going to be interesting to hear what people have to say, because if you do bet a lot of money with, like, fantasy football,
yeah,
and they're keeping this type of information from you, I think playing with my money would kind of toy with my emotions a little bit.
Oh, yeah. People are going to be so angry.
You know, and I don't mean to, like, look at it in a point of view where it kind of sounds bad of me to say that going against hoping that Peyton Manning's okay and everything, but I just... From that point of view, it's kind of...
I bet when it comes to fantasy football, when it comes to the bets that happen, like, in Vegas and outside of Vegas, there's a lot of money happening.
There's a lot of money.
And
so
for them to not disclose complete information like that, that's going to make some really temperamental people upset. Because they do have a lot of money out there.
Right. And it's crazy. Betting's betting. And if you find your niche, and fantasy football is one of them, you know, they found a loophole. And, the odds of winning on one of the sports fantasy football sites nowadays, it's legal. So there's a loophole in there somewhere that it's legal.
Right.
Whereas if you bet anywhere outside of Vegas, it's usually, illegal.
Right.
So if you find your niche and you're really good at it, then who's to say you're not going to put a whole lot of money down? So, I don't know.
That's why it could be very dangerous for them to not disclose the information. Not that they have to tell us.
Right, I know, but...
They need to understand that.
As soon as that news broke, I knew, and I hate to say that my brain went to that, but that's the first thing that my mind went to was, well, people that are betting on it, they're going to be a little... ticked off that they waited until now to, disclose
Let us
everything.
Know Peyton was not at 100%.
Right. Which I hopefully he comes back and he's good and fresh next year. So we'll see how it goes.
We will see.
Yeah.
I hear John Elway loves to mix things up in the off season, so we'll see.
I'm not really sure.
I listen to 850. I'm quoting. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's
I'm
okay.
quoting. I'm quoting what I hear. I'm regurgitating.
It's good. That's usually what I do too. When my husband says something, I'm like, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
I'm going to take my stance with you on that
right.
corner.
Yeah, you know way more than I do.
Right. You sound like you know what you're talking about. So.
Yeah, that's all you have to do is fake it. Fake it till you make it.
That's funny. Second time I heard that today. That's funny.
It's life. It is life.
It is. It's a big circle.
You just mentioned that you just got back from skiing, which is huge here in Colorado.
Right, yeah.
You were there for the whole weekend?
Yeah, we left Friday and got there about 2 hours after we left. So we went up to Granby Ranch, which is right outside of Granby. We stayed at the YMCA right outside of Granby. Snow Mountain Ranch, that's where we stayed.
Okay.
And, yeah, the
cat is making noise, but he's okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Did he fall in the toilet?
No. I think we would have heard him splash.
Okay. We were getting pretty passionate about the Broncos there for a second.
Right.
As passionate as you and I could get about the Broncos. So I didn't hear any splashing because I think it got a little
rowdy up in here.
Right.
So you went skiing in Granby, and you were there for how many days?
Just Friday to Sunday.
Okay.
So we skied all day Saturday. We put Lily in a lesson for a full day. Mm-hmm. which she did really great, and we were just planning on doing one day at skiing, and then maybe the next day either snowshoeing or going tubing up in Fraser, which is right next door to
And that
Granby.
sounds so much fun.